Yeah, you know, it's the first time in 27 years when the documentary was aired on Sunday that I'd seen any footage showing me with this actual gentleman, so it's been that long since I've actually seen anything of him.
So yes, let's just explain this for anyone who doesn't know about your story so far, because this is going viral, but some people may not be aware. You were watching a documentary that went out, and as you say, 27 years on, you recognised yourself.
Yep.
And you were on the shoulders of a man. Yeah,
it was the first time, as I say, you know, I'd seen numerous documentaries and footage in the past, but this new one brought this footage to light, and it was the first time I'd seen him. You know, as I say, 27 years ago, and it was quite emotional.
And up to that point, when you watched this documentary, what had been your memories of how you managed to escape that day?
I remember sitting on a barrier, which is what I would normally do at a game. Normally, if the crowd was swaying, you'd fall off, someone would pick you up and put you back on. But at this point, it wasn't happening, so I'd become in a bit of distress pretty quickly, which my stepfather, who was with, identified that. So he hoisted me out and up and asked people to pull me towards the front of the crowd. So people were passing me down to try and get me, you know, to the front with a view of looking to get over the barriers or to go through a gap or whatever there would be once I got there.
But did you have any memory of being on someone's shoulders at all?
Yeah, I did remember it, because it's a story anyone who's ever spoke to me about Hillsborough and my own personal experiences, I've always mentioned this gentleman, and I've always said, you know, he was there for me when I needed somebody, you know, a guardian angel, so to speak, and to watch it and to see it for the first time, it was really emotional. It was happy emotion, but really sad emotion, because obviously what was going on around me at the same time.
Of course, and until you saw these pictures, I guess you never thought that you had any hope of actually identifying who this person was?
Never. I didn't think it would happen. As I say, he's somebody he's always been in my thoughts. I've always thought about him, I've always spoke of him, but I didn't think there would ever be a way of me physically being able to actually see or meet, the chance to meet or find this gentleman.
Now, I mentioned in the introduction to you, Joe, that your search for this man has really gone viral, hasn't it? Just tell us about the search. Are you any closer to finding him?
Yeah, I put a post up on Facebook a few days after watching the documentary with a still image, you know, hoping that it would shed some light. Initially, I just thought in my mind it was just going to go around the Liverpool area or something, you know, amongst maybe a few hundred people, but I think it's reached something like 130,000 shares on the last count. There's a couple of potential leads. There's one I'm pretty confident about at the moment, that I believe it could be this gentleman, which unfortunately he's the other side of the world at the moment, so I'm trying to make communication, but it's difficult given the time differences.